I go out on dates with these men, they always assume after the second or third date that like nothing's gonna happen.
The man would go out and work, the woman stayed home and took care of the place. That lifestyle was demonized.
I just want to be laid up with someone.
I wish I had a boyfriend so bad.
I feel like I'm cursed. Like I'm just cursed to be single.
Guys that reject hot chicks and then slut.
Who will prove to you that they actually do want a serious relationship.
May be interested in you, but he needs to know that it's okay to approach you.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Now, before we get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
Anybody else's wife, girlfriend, significant other just turn off their brain whenever they're with you? Because for me, this one over here, obviously she's with me all the time, completely shuts off her brain when we're in public. So today, we're walking across the street, it was a red light, a truck runs a red light, almost hits her, I pull her away, last second, of course, and she's like, oh, and I'm like, what do you mean, oh?
That's a compliment, bro. That's a compliment. He should be appreciative. If a girl turns off her brain when she's with you, that means she's totally comfortable. Look at her in the back dancing. She's totally comfortable with you. Be happy, bro. Don't complain. But I think he's joking. He's joking.
Gotta be assertive. We like it when we're told what to do. It shows that you're confident, that you know what you're doing, and that's hot.
Yeah, it is. Women love that. They can't help it. They want a man that tells them everything to do. Whether they complain or not, they don't want the wrong man. It's weird. You just gotta figure it out.
So every time I go out on dates with these men, they always assume after the second or third date that like nothing's gonna happen. They think that I'm too innocent or too prudish or something, and I'm not sure what's giving off that impression because, like, look at me. You can just throw me around. Look at me. You could just throw me around. Look, you could just have your way with me. Like I just like I can take it. I swear to God, I can. I swear to God, I can.
Well, I'll be damned. I know guys wish there was more, but I gotta say this. When you see these baddies, right? If you think they're baddies, they're probably used to it. They probably want that. Do it. I know the Me Too movement and everything has made it hard for men. Men may feel, I probably shouldn't because she'll press charges. But in certain situations, you gotta just do it like Nike. And this is one of them.
Whoa! Hunter! Hunter, what are you doing?
You're on the remote. You wanna watch a show?
Hunter! What are you doing?
Don't sleep. You see what he just did? Confusion, excitement. This is what women really want. It is. Her brain just got triggered. He just spun her around, pushed her on the bed. Her butt was up. She thought she was getting it. That's really what happened just now. You see how she perked her butt up? She thought it was going down. She did. And then he sat down and watched TV. So now, say he does it again. It's weird. It's one of them things. You know, if you got a lady that you're doing that with, women love that. I do the same thing to my wife all the time. I just grab her, throw her, kiss her. That's what women want. Women from everywhere, all around the world want this. Don't sleep. They do. So you got to be that guy that delivers it to them. Now, the difference is if you don't give that to a woman, say in the Philippines or maybe in Thailand or somewhere else, right? In Brazil or something like that, they're not going to complain or anything. That's a good thing. They're not going to find you boring. That's why it's night and day between certain types of women. But let's continue.
Nearly half of all young adults are single. Now, look at these numbers. 34% of women, twice as many, a whopping 63% of men. What explains that? I pulled the Pew study and I read with interest. Turns out since 2019, the share of single men who say they're looking for dates or a relationship has declined from 61% to 50%. In 2018, 28% of men ages 18 to 30 reported they'd had no sex in the past year, compared with 18% of women of that age.
Yeah, it's true. More women, because it's more easy to them. But guys have accepted it, right? They're reporting this in the news and everywhere, like it's some big news, like it's a big hoopla. They're really just doing it to report news. Listen, guys don't care, and that's the best way guys can play it. It is the way guys are playing it. It's the best way. Say if a guy, he'll say, okay, you know what? I may not have any money right now. So if a guy doesn't have money, or if he's working on himself, that's what he should do. Even if a guy says, I don't really bother because women are headaches. I want to stay in the house and play video games. It may not be the most productive thing to do, but he's happy doing it. So he's going to continue doing that. And women haven't showed guys the way, but I'll tell you this, I say to any guy, because me, I live my life a different way. At the age of 32 years old, I made my decision. I made my decision to search foreign lands and find a woman that's for me. Right? I did. And I found one. By the age of 34, I was out of there. And I left for distant lands. And I did this quite a while ago. But I say it to say this. Many of you guys can do it too, right? Find yourself a job where you can work at home, or not even a job. Maybe do YouTube, because it was weird. I had a job working at home, but then I also did YouTube at the same time. Of course, I didn't make money right away with the YouTube, but over some years, it started making sense. And come to today's day and age, everything makes sense now. Everything is in order, and I'm 43 years old. And guess what? Look at my face. I know you guys look at me all the time ago. He's 43. I still feel young. I look young. I'm living life. I'm out here in the sun all the time, living my best life. And I suggest you guys live your best life too. But if you want a consultation, definitely reach out to me and I'll definitely help you out with that. Search for it in the description.
So how is it that we've been duped exactly? Being the strong, independent woman that so many of us are today, we were married at a higher rate than most demographics in the 50s and 60s. The man would go out and work, the woman stayed home and took care of the place and the kids. But somehow that lifestyle was demonized and looked at as a mockery for the modern lifestyle that we now have today. Ever since feminism and the whole women's rights movement came into play and women were now able to go out and do what the men do, going out to work and have businesses, we somehow felt as if that made us better women. And that's not to say that women can't work or have businesses or anything of the sort. She said, but we as women had a life that was easier for us back then. And modern women today now, according to many surveys, we're more depressed, we're more anxious, we have a lot more mental health problems than we did ever before, and our women are the least married than we've ever been in history. We physically and figuratively wanted to wear the pants in the relationship while all the while they were using reverse psychology.
Yeah, women want to go back to the way it was. That's what's happening now. Not all women, though. There's a lot of women that are still confused, that think that's the way. Yes, we will march to the mountaintops. We will have all women independent. Yeah, nonsense, hoopla. There's some women that want to go back to it. Why? Because it was easier. You gotta think of the nerve. Well, really, it was pushed in their heads. Like, I gotta say this, man. Women would feel so sad to know that the patriarchy, yes, the actual patriarchy, convince you to push feminism. Patriarchy confused y'all and had y'all push feminism to create more money. You're working now. You're independent, girl. You can do it. That's pushed by man. Yes, even the one that got you thinking this way was a man. The one who created your girl and iron was a man. But yes, the one that the patriarchy that y'all talk about was the one that got y'all working and pushing this independent thing now. It's so wild. You lost. It's that ain't that crazy? Could you imagine being a woman going, I had it. I won't say it's easy because you say it's easy. Oh, how dare you say that about women? We'd be under you. No. But it was different. A lot of women love to go back to that. They would. But no, they can't. Because look what y'all done did. This big hoopla. Crazy.
Single is for the birds. I'm over this. I just want to be laid up with someone. I just want to be appreciated. And then this wants to reverse it back into their spot.
Beautiful outside today, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat my lunch. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna sit before my next class. It's gonna be good. I get outside and I look around and I realize I am quite literally the only person sitting by myself. It just made me so sad to the point where I got up and I literally went inside, and I felt like I couldn't enjoy the stunning day that it was today, because I was like, I'm so fucking sick of doing stuff by myself. I have friends. Don't get me wrong, my friends are incredible. I love my friends. They're like my sisters. But they have lives. And I feel like I don't. And every time a beautiful day comes around, I'm like, I wish I had someone to like go on a walk with. I wish I had like friends that I saw more often. I wish I had a boyfriend so bad, you guys. I don't know, but it made me really upset, and I literally got up and I went inside because I was like, this is so embarrassing.
Wow, she got upset and went inside. It's sad, man. And I feel kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it. Yeah, I do feel kind of bad. I don't know her, but if she is an honest woman, because a lot of them aren't. If she is an honest woman and she really wants a man and she's a good woman, she's caught up in the mix. You're caught up in the mix, but I will tell you one thing, and I will tell you like I tell all women. You got to work on your presentation, sweetheart, because I'm looking at you. You got on a hooded sweatshirt. You're going to stay single with a hooded sweatshirt on. You got to look desirable to men. I got to give her some coaching, because she said what she just said. What are you doing with a hooded sweatshirt on, right? Do your hair up. Every day, yes. This is why women talk how they talk. Be one of those women. Not, the bad parts, but the good parts. Do your hair. Do your makeup. Present yourself. And go out there and be. And also, you got to be aggressive. I'm sorry. That's just what it is nowadays. And you have to work on talking to men. Work on flirting. Become the best flirter around to get men interested. Work on little things to say to men to pique their interest. You got to work on that, because you're going to be lonely, because guys are rejecting women. Guys aren't paying attention to women because of all the things that happened in recent history. So many stories of bad things that happened. Guys aren't dealing with it anymore.
You supposed to do on your off day when you, 1, don't f with nobody, 2, don't got no man, 3, don't have no extracurricular activities to do, 4, you ain't got no appointments to be at. What the f you do on your off day? I don't want to lay in the bed. I'm kind of cute for no reason. Like, I don't want to just lay in the bed, but whatever. Guess I have to.
She is a little different. This girl seems like she wants to try, right? She did her hair up a little bit, but at the same time, the glass is a little off. Maybe get some contacts, right? I'm gonna give you woman some advice. Like today, I just turned into Kevin Samuels. Seriously, I did. But you need some help. Take off the hooded sweatshirt. Look open, because right now you're closed off. A guy's not going to approach a woman with a hooded sweatshirt. I can't see what's down at the bottom part. Maybe you have a fatty. Maybe a guy will see you and go, "Okay, it's right." But then also, what do I see? I see the weight on your face. Now think about that. Also, talk. Women have to open up to guys. Women have to initiate. That's the way it is nowadays. I wish more of you women will watch these videos, because I'm telling you the truth. I'm not telling you anything to hurt you. I don't have any animosity towards you. I'm doing fine. But you need some help. You feeling lonely? These are things you need to do.
Like, extreme loneliness is really a problem. It's truly a problem. It is so sad. I can literally feel the pain in my heart. I literally feel my heart squeezing. I am trying my best. I'm trying my best to break through this. But it's literally been so reoccurring. So often. I feel like it may actually start to affect my health. That's really sad. But this is the truth. This is truly the freaking truth. It's sad. It hurts, literally. I have so many different stories I could share. I just don't even know where to start. And that's the crazy thing about it. I don't even know where to start. I'm in a different space right now. Because the shock, the hurt, the disbelief, the repetitiveness of it all. It's so repetitive and reoccurring. It's like a curse. Am I cursed? That's what I'm starting to feel. I'm starting to feel like I'm cursed. Like I'm just cursed to be single.
You're the strong, independent woman.
Do anybody else feel like they cursed too?
Nah, man. Yeah, welcome. I gotta tell my story really quickly because it was times, but I've always dibbled and dabbled. But it was times I would be alone for years. Seriously, I'd be alone for years, well, more so months, but men are more patient, right? What I mean is, I'd be alone for months, just going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home every day, lonely. And then I would talk to a woman. Say if I found the opportunity available, I would strike and I would land. I would always land because I knew to go for the woman that was easier pickings. What do I mean by that? Not all the time. Like I would go for a woman like her. This is the reason why. Because I knew it was easier. I knew her head probably wouldn't have been, inflamed with garbage. And so I would go for her. And she would be a girl I would smash for months, maybe even years. Yes, I was so wild, guys. I would even have sort of like a relationship with her, but not even want her. That's how I got by. It's wild. That's things I would do. I was that way almost until I found my wife, because most women were all about, what are you going to do for me? My wife was all about, what can I do for you? And I didn't know. I didn't understand. I didn't get it. I thought it wasn't real. I thought she was, when she told me she wasn't with nobody, my wife, I said, no, that can't be true. Because I'm used to what I'm used to, right? That can't be true. I didn't know. And until I learned women on other sides of the world, especially in the Philippines, some women keep it tight. They do. They're not all around. They're not for the streets. But I didn't know that. But this is what I would do because I understood. Now, this is the thing. Will this woman do the same? Probably not.
I'm probably gonna get this video, but honestly, I don't care. I'm gonna make it anyway. I want to talk about guys that reject hot chicks and then slum, meaning you dated a hot girl and then decided that hot girl was not for you and are now dating a girl that is not nearly as hot. Obviously, there can be a lot of factors as to why you reject a hot girl. This is just a very broad generalization, but I'm gonna say it. I think the main reason that men reject hot women is because they don't want to have to work that hard. I mean, I think it's no secret that hot chicks tend to have higher expectations and higher standards than maybe less attractive women. I know how that sounds. It sounds really bad, but I think it's just because, again, hot chicks are just used to being treated a certain way. So I do think oftentimes when attractive men meet attractive women, they're almost like, crap, I'm actually gonna have to put in a lot of work here.
No. When attractive men meet attractive women, they usually get right to it. Seriously, that'll be the most sexual relationship out there. Attractive man with attractive woman. Almost immediately. You'll probably get a harder time with a woman that's not so attractive. Or she could be even more for the streets. You never know what you might have won. But let me let you talk.
Whereas girls that are less attractive just don't require that much work. To be clear, I think that you guys should be putting in work for whoever you are dating, no matter what they look like. But I think that girls that are less attractive, I mean, they're gonna be more likely to just accept you for how you are. They're gonna appreciate you more. They're going to demand less. They're gonna make you feel better about yourself. Again, obviously, I'm sure that it's like you could break up with a hot chick because she's just an asshole. But if that were really the case, then why wouldn't you date another hot girl afterwards? And yes, I understand that obviously other things than looks are more important, and you could have matured and realized like, hey, I actually want to date somebody that I have in common with and makes me laugh, and that's smart and cool and not just hot. But there are hot girls that have good personalities and that are smart and cool and you have things in common with too. They're just higher maintenance. I get it, you're gonna call me shallow and all of that, but I'm just calling it like I see it. Am I crazy? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me for more tips.
She just said everything men don't want. Because I just told you. I didn't know that video was coming next. I settled. And the reasons why I settled was because I didn't want the headaches. And see, some men just don't talk to women at all. But me, I would rather settle because I felt I had to. And that's what I always did until later on in life. But still, she doesn't understand men at all.
Ladies, when a man tells you he does not want a relationship, believe him. You could cook dinners better than his mama ever did. You could have the best poom this side of the equator. Your poom can be so good. They bid for it on eBay. It don't matter. Don't force it. Because what'll happen is you try to force it, you're beautiful, you still love, you still value. You deserve to be loved right. What's gonna happen is you may force it because you don't believe fat meat is greasy, and 2 and 2 ain't gonna add up to 4. I'm telling you because I don't want you to hurt yourself. Just realize it is what it is. Let it go. Release them to the universe with love. Always release them with love. And go towards somebody else who will show you, who will prove to you that they actually do want a serious relationship. I'm telling you, once again, I'm telling you from experience. And don't get your feelings hurt. When he tell you that, pay attention. Don't shove it under the carpet. Don't minimize it. Don't make excuses. Because once again, precious, 2 and 2 ain't going to add up to 4. And you go by a person's behavior, by their actions. Never go by their words. Look at the data. Get out your emotions. Look at the data. Collect sufficient data and make a decision based on the facts, not your damn emotions. If you try to force it, this is what your ass gonna get. A lot of vagueness. A lot of, how you say that word? Ambiguity. A lot of confusion. If you confused, you know right there, that's a clue from God. It ain't about to pop off like you want it to. So don't hurt yourself. Move on. Quickly. I said quickly. Don't sit around and waste your time and continue to hurt yourself any more than you probably already have. PSA. I would tell you what I'm thinking in my head, but this is ticky. I won't do it. Peace. Good night. I'm out.
This lady's totally right. And I'll tell you who she's talking to. She's talking to most of you because most of y'all are chasing the same guys. Now think about it. What's happening in the dating market? You have men who sometimes those guys, they're definitely going to reject you in a relationship. Why? Because those guys have the pick of the litter. And they feel they don't have to settle. Think about if most women are chasing 10% of the guys. Then what happens? These men are just slinging it left and right. There are some men slinging it left and right. And most of the women out there are getting with the same guys. And what's happening, this is what's wrong. This is what's wrong with the market, right? Some women are, you're being tricked. You're being tricked by those guys. And then this was happening. This was wrong. You're blaming it on every other man. And that's just simply wrong. Because why are you blaming on every other man? Because you don't realize that's what's happening. That's what's going on. It's wild. And guys have just said, most guys, I'm done. Guys don't believe you because you're all chasing the same dudes. So a good man is going to say, I'm rejecting this woman. She's used and abused. She had 40 bodies, right? She had 40, 50 bodies. Maybe she told me about it. Or I can tell by certain mannerisms that she has a lot of bodies from the way she does this or her little, the way she is. It's wild. But guys aren't doing it.
Men sometimes experience rejection fatigue after years of going for what they want and continuously being denied, which leaves them less likely to approach women going forward. And unfortunately for women who are not comfortable shooting their shot, that means they get passed up and overlooked because that man is waiting for someone to give him the green light. He may be interested in you, but he needs to know that it's okay to approach you, that you are welcoming of his advances and his intentions. Otherwise, he'd probably rather preserve his energy for something that's really going to be rewarding, not something. Instead of going over here and trying to talk to this girl who probably ain't going to receive me, I'd rather just go hang out with the fellas and have a good time. Get my tank filled up with my boys than trying to find someone else who's going to fill my love tank on the relationship side. You understand? So there's levels to it, but at some point you got to get comfortable shooting your shot. And again, that only means letting him know that you're interested and open and you welcome his intentions or his pursuit or advances. Okay, that's it. And this whole being chosen thing, that's a whole different conversation that we can say for another day, but I'll say this before I let you go. Being chosen isn't about who initiates the conversation. Oh, being chosen is we're a little farther down the line, and it's the intentional, continuous, deliberate effort someone makes to choose you daily because they recognize your value and desire you. But anyway, more on that later.
Protect this woman at all costs.
Word.
Protect her. She's right. Every man, not every man, but most men have it. Except for those guys, I talked about them recently, just now. But every guy has rejection fatigue in the West. That's why you think Passport Bros was started? Rejection fatigue. And guys know they can't trust anything, too. Like, you got rejection fatigue, trust. She didn't speak about that, but she's right on that. Rejection fatigue, trust. I've came to the point. I've done so much dirt. Yes, I have. I used to be a dirty, rotten scoundrel. I was pookie to the core. I mean, I'm being real with you. I was that guy that can get any woman. And I was always short. I was always 5'7". But that didn't matter. Girl, they want a man that's short. Girls don't care. You come on them right way and you deal within your size. Meaning I would never holler at a girl that was tall because I knew I couldn't get her. I always made sure she was short because once I look her in the face and go at her, she's mine. And that's the energy I had, the aggression I had. But still, rejection fatigue, guys are done with the games. My biggest thing was the games that happen because you hear them all and you experience them all. And I started understanding different scenarios as they happened. Like when the scenario happened, I said, "Oh, that's this." I pointed out right away. Yeah, like I felt like I was turning into alpha male strategy. Seriously, you ever watch him? That guy knows every situation. I started knowing every play. Like I just knew it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, nah, this ain't right. I gotta go." Seriously. And then when I met someone, I said it before. I told you before, but I met someone that wasn't like that. I didn't understand it. I didn't think it was real. I handed that. My wife hated me at first because I told her. Even when I came out here, I didn't. When I finally knew who she was, who she said she was, I told her. I was like, I was this way because I didn't understand. I didn't, and most guys don't. Most guys won't. But I'll tell you this: most guys are definitely finding their happy place because they realize it's definitely more to life they're going through. Woman like that.